My name is David Tillman. I'm the Vice President of Safety. I've worked for Swift for about a year and a half.
I am Jules Miller. I'm the Director of Safety Support, and I've been with Swift for 7 years.
Yeah, so my team does a variety of things. I think primarily we work very closely with our partners in operations, our drivers directly, on really influencing behaviors for the better.
Big picture, I would explain my team by saying that we're a team of problem solvers. We use data analytics and technology upgrades to try to put as much safety information as we can in front of our drivers and in front of our back office staff, just to make sure everybody can see what's going on and react to it that way.
We really try to do everything we can to help coach, develop drivers and frontline leaders so that we can better influence results. So it's very relationship focused.
So for me specifically, I spend a lot of time working with some of our third-party vendors on some of our technology initiatives that we're working on. So for example, our new Zonar point system that we're implementing into all the trucks, which is an ELD, an hours of service compliance piece, as well as in-cab communication for our drivers where they can do their messaging, get navigation, information about their dispatches, see if they've been paid for a load. And then I also work individually with the leaders of all the teams that are in safety support, trying to figure out what kind of new trainings or programs or initiatives we can put in place to help us keep growing and keep doing better in the safety realm.
The Smart Drive Safety Score, which is our primary safety score, is calculated based off of a formula that looks at any risky driving behaviors over a 4-week period, and then it's normalized by the same amount of driving time that a driver has in that 4-week period. So an easy way to look at it would just say, a following distance event, for example, could have 50 points or 100 points. And you got, let's say it's 100 points, and you have 4 of those in a 4-week period, that's 400 points. But then that's divided by the amount of time you drive. So let's say you drove 200 hours in that time period, be 400 divided by the 200 hours, which would put your score at a 2. And then to normalize scores, we add a multiplier of 10 at the end. That's not to punish people and make their scores look worse, that's to make it more impactful. Because if we didn't add that, all the scores would be like 1.2 as opposed to a 12. So that's the reason for that normalizer. So right now, 80% of our drivers are at a score of a 20 or lower. 20 is what we've targeted as a really good score. Anything below that, phenomenal. We have a ton of drivers with a 0 score. So I think a huge initiative we have is really helping our drivers, the drivers that are working for us right now, and then certainly the ones that have been here for a long time, helping them recognize just how good of a job they've done. We've got thousands of drivers that have gone 1 million or more miles accident-free. And we've got a ton of new drivers that we're working tirelessly to set them up to have a long career, like those other 1 million mile drivers. But a huge goal I have for my group this year, and really always, is just to really help our drivers understand how phenomenal they're performing, especially to even measure it up against a lot of our peers in the industry.
Success for our team, I think first and foremost, is just making sure that we take care of the drivers, ultimately.
Seeing drivers be successful is easily the most rewarding thing about my job.
We try to advocate for drivers in as many ways as possible, and I think one of the best ways to do that is just to help educate people about the sacrifices that drivers make over the road.
I would just add, how grateful we are for our drivers, really. I mean, it's, we can't talk about that enough. You congratulate a driver, you thank a driver, and it's, all the time I hear, yeah, I'm just doing my job. It's just total humility, which I think I can bring into my own job more. I think we accomplish more when we have a large group of humble people who are willing constantly to get better. I think our drivers are setting the tone for the organization right now in that regard, and it's pretty cool.